timer for 10 minutes. Hello, good morning, fancy seeing you here. I try to be quiet in the morning because my wife is still asleep. This is usually where I pick things up, hang out with my child for a few hours. I never really film in the morning because I try to keep it 100% hanging out, chilling out, max and relax and all cool. That was smart. Uh-oh. I'll show you a picture of this camera setup I just set up. Testing, 1, 2, 1, 2. Sick! Nothing better than a dead hang. If you want to start fixing your body, get one of those like door pull-up bars, have it around your house, and every time you walk by, just dead hang for, you know, like 20 seconds or something. But it just stretches everything out, reverses a lot of the damages, I think, of sitting at your desk all the time. I have about 10 minutes before I have to leave, so I'm just gonna pull-ups, push-ups, pull-ups, push-ups. I'm just gonna go back and forth for 10 minutes. Man, I don't feel very strong right now, but 10 pull-ups. Elbow was cracking pretty much the entire time. This year, I have 4 main goals, really. One is to make 100 YouTube videos, which sounds ridiculous. It is my job though. I wanna do my job well this year. Another one is doing 100 designs for my merchandise brand. I just like designing in general. I think it's really fun. One is to do 12 comics, like full chapters of my sort of children's book, IP. I want to start building out the world a little bit, have fun with that, start writing more. It's just a fun thing to do. I like drawing a lot, but add some writing. And then in terms of fitness, I actually have kind of a lot of goals, and they're very like particular. One major one is to do the David Goggins push-ups challenge, which is like 30 really slow push-ups to the song. So every time I work out, like I have this goal in mind, which is I think what makes fitness a lot easier is if you're like, okay, why am I doing these push-ups? Is it just to have a better chest? Or is it because like there's this fun objective I wanna check off a list? And one of them is like, okay, do slow controlled push-ups. And if I can hit 30 of them, I'll be closer and closer to the challenge. I think right now I'm at like barely above 20. Holy crap, my arms, 25. When you actually do it to the song that David Goggins did, it's actually harder than that. So I can only hit 25, and that's easier than when David Goggins did a 30 to the song. So it's gonna take like months and months and months to get there, which is great. One thing that's cool about setting goals, I could set a goal that's like, build a bigger chest. You know, these sort of like abstract goals. But if I actually accomplish this other goal that's really fun, like this weird challenge, then I'll just achieve that through osmosis, through the process. So I always set fun challenge goals that lead to the main goal that maybe most people would want. So if someone's like, I wanna lose fat, and they pretty much eat whatever they want, they drink whatever they want, one thing you can try to do is like, I'm gonna try not to drink soda for 2 months, something like that, like where you cut out one thing, and that goal is going to lead to the goal of losing weight, but it's also a fun challenge. I haven't drinking any soda for 60 days, or I haven't drinking any alcohol for like a month. Like people who do this, the rest of their lives get better while they're just sort of focused on this like sort of tiny goal, but obviously difficult. It's hard to cut anything out really. I think I'm just gonna do one more set of each and leave. On top of that, when I think about anything that I've done that I'm like, oh cool, I did the thing I wanted to do. I never said I wanted to be a pro skateboarder. I just had a list of like 1,000 tricks I wanted to learn. And through that iteration, and also like, oh, I wanna film like 10 video parts. I wanna skate these contests. Like it was always like the little things. And when I think about the big picture too much, it's almost like I plan too much to try to do that. And I end up coming up with like this super overwhelming plan rather than being like, what's the next thing I'm excited to do? That obviously would lead me there if I were just able to keep going. Good sentence. Another thing was getting 1 million subscribers on my other channel. It was like, oh, just make a lot of videos. It was like, okay, make 1,000 videos. That's your goal, something like that. And by the time I think I got to 1,000, maybe a little more, is when I hit 1 million subscribers. And there's weirdly less pressure. Saying I wanna make 100 YouTube videos, I don't think, how do I make the best video possible? I think, okay, well, just get a video out. And it ends up being a better video because I'm getting more practice in consistently. 15, okay. Literally went from 25 to 15. I gotta go though, unfortunately. Okay, I'm not sure why. My wrist hurts. I think it's from the push-ups. I usually use parallettes, but right now, it's not feeling good. Dude, I am running behind. Ugh. I'm pretty annoyed with myself. I'm like totally unprepared for this. The meeting's in 4 minutes, and I haven't like really read over the brief yet, but I mean, I don't need to know it because it's a script, so I just have to read. But like, it'd be nice to go in there being like, oh, of course I know all about the stuff. No, I actually
people in New York, but
I think I would love that. We went to Manhattan though when she was like 1. In a slight way, I feel like there's maybe like a word or two that could maybe change, because it almost sounds like I was a pro skater and then I moved to LA and then I started making children's books, which was, I was doing neither, and then I moved to LA and started as a pro skater from there and then started writing children's books. So, and I think that's a little more relatable as well, because I think when anyone sees anyone try anything strange, they're like, oh, they have the freedom and the movement to do it. And it's like, no, it kind of just has to happen in the mix of the stresses of life, you know, and everyone has them and everyone's gonna always have them. So yeah, I like that you mentioned that, because like emotionally, I think anyone can relate to how I felt through any significant change that I tried to make.
was everyone on it?
Yeah, there was like 14 people. And it was like, yeah. I've been forcing myself to do more things in Dallas. The last 2 days, I actually came to downtown. I live like 30 minutes away, but just to have new experiences, and I want to just accumulate all this footage of Dallas because I live here now, and I want to make sure that I'm utilizing it and actually having fun and using the city. It was easier for me to do that in New York and LA, but Dallas, I just haven't thought about it, but I should. Shoot! I need to film something in my car first. It's a little hot outside. I have to turn off my car, and basically I have to film this as quick as possible before I overheat, but I have to record the voiceover for a skate video that I filmed on my original channel. Then I thought it'd be a really cool clip if I just did a 360 flip off this drop, but then I did a 360 flip up. And as you can see straight ahead, oh, I'm finished. I am sweating buckets. It was about a 12-minute audio clip. Yeah, so I'm stoked on the audio. I feel like that was good. But now let's check out this really, really cool coffee shop that I've been excited to see actually for a while now. It's crazy how long it takes me just to go do something that I had planned. I'm trying to do a thing now where it's like, oh, you want to go do something? Do it the next day or do it right now. Especially when it comes to seeing things in case things start getting like, things closed down. The other day there was a toy store all the way in Louisville. It's like, you know, 35 minutes away, and I'm like, ugh. And one day I was like, I'm going, and I looked it up and it was closed down. I'm like, oh, like it's hard to keep stores in business, especially ones that are really creatively driven. Look how cool this building looks. Okay, cool. Also, one extremely frustrating thing is Dallas is terrible, like all of DFW, terrible with cameras. Like every time someone sees this camera, like it's so hard to film in this city. I feel like the good thing about living in New York and LA is, you know, I could film everywhere all the time and people just assumed, oh, he's probably being a YouTuber. Here, I think they assume that I'm part of like a professional studio trying to get B-roll to like sell or monetize without permission. I think that is sort of the drawback. But also like it's really good for a city, I think, when people film high quality shots of places in general, because then the world sees them and they get a lot more notoriety. So like a lot of New York and LA's appeal, the reason so many people want to move there is because so many people are filming, and Dallas is like really strict with it. I've noticed that everywhere I go, middle of a park, middle of whatever, someone walks up and goes, what are you doing? What's going on? The iPhone kind of looks better anyways, huh? Man, this is so pretty. What the heck? This is so lovely. My gosh. Maybe it was better that I have my iPhone. Wow, look at this trail. Also, I think I move unintentionally very aggressively. Like I like set up a camera, I'm shooting, I'm filming. So I think people can kind of be like, whoa, what are you doing? So I get it. moly, this place is nuts. The vibes are immaculate, as they say. Dude, this place is crazy. I'm super glad we came here. This place is wild.
Anything else here for you?
So I'm pretty annoyed with myself. I've been better at skateboarding more often, especially like with street spots that I just find randomly. I'm in downtown Dallas. This is where I would find the street spots. I forgot my skate shoes. I need to keep like 2 or 3 pairs in my car, and then I empty them out, and then I forget them. It's the most annoying process ever. But that coffee shop was absolutely incredible. It was so nice in there. It was an interesting, motivating vibe because everyone was younger, but it wasn't, yeah, I'm just old now. It's fine, but you know, my job is still like, requires me sitting in coffee shops and editing, which I think like maybe people tend to outgrow, but I want to be doing this forever. I like being able to work from anywhere, essentially. This is the building I was working in. So wild. Right now, I saw that this trail just kind of goes on for a little while. I have no idea what's on the other side. I'm not looking for anything specific, but I thought I would just walk it. I love walking, and I love to see where things end up going. Let's walk. This is so incredibly nice. This walkway, it feels very safe. I think it's technically downtown Dallas, or maybe right on the outskirts. Let's see if you can see with saying, wow, it's bright. You can see downtown Dallas just right on the horizon. But I am enjoying this so much. The weather is so perfect right now. Like shirtless Texas, this is what I've been waiting for. It's a lot of the months. I mean, it's like 7 months of Texas. You can be shirtless, it's so warm, but love this trail. So nice and aesthetic. I definitely want to bring my wife out one day and just hang out at the hotel, maybe work in there, and then or rent it one night and just hang out with the whole family there. I feel like that'd be really nice, depending on how expensive it is, obviously. Spoke too soon, pretty much right where we were. I think this trail ends. That's the highway. I think that's when you enter downtown Dallas or start to. I've enjoyed this thoroughly. Okay, food. Believe it or not, that $10 overnight oatmeal wasn't enough. What a ripoff. I was so dumbfounded. Maybe he charged me for the coffee as well. I don't know what happened, but I was crazy. I pretty much have the same routine every single day. I wake up and do the same stuff. So today was so nice. Just it's kind of like a little vacation within the day. And I hope to have more days like this, especially if I film it and show, because I really love looking back at days like this. I'm someone who goes back and sees like old vlogs I made and I'm like, oh, I remember that day. That was a fantastic day. And I think today is gonna feel a lot like that. But I have 30 minutes to get home, and before we actually have a family thing tonight, I'm gonna finish my workout. I am absolutely smoked. Just so tired from all the walking. I'm so tired. This is crazy. I think I gotta relax for the day. I'm too tired to keep going. What a wonderful day. I think tomorrow I'm gonna stay as close as possible. Even though today was like a fun vacation and a great break in the rhythm, I want to stay close by and maybe explore some of the woods or more trails and kind of stay away from cities, because I did that 3 days in a row. And now I'm a little overwhelmed by it. But there's one more thing I wanted to talk about, which is the pressure to, how do I explain this? Since my job is creating content, the conversation I had earlier was a lot of people gassing me up about decisions I've made recently that a lot of other people have not been excited about. When you make content for a long time and it becomes your job, one thing that makes you feel better is, you know, there's like a number that shows you how much you're growing, how much attention you're getting, and that number is the correlation for how well you're doing. And nowadays, it's kind of completely shifted. It's like one of the last things anyone cares about who sponsors you, unless you're just getting the craziest numbers. But even if you're making a lot of the content that YouTube prefers nowadays, which is sort of negative commentary or sensational content or news, they promote the news all the time to me. I'm not interested in watching any of it. That's the content that does well. So a lot of my peers who have maybe historically done videos that were wholesome and things that they wanted to make videos about are now leaning more into negative videos because that's just what performs well. And I myself have been tempted so many times to sort of lean into this category, even though it's completely non-organic, non-authentic. But then I felt myself sort of just going the complete other direction. And it's hard. Like, it was really weird transitioning into like, I'm gonna start doing art more and illustrating more. If you don't care about this, that's gonna be tough for me, but it's just a path I need to take. And people weren't interested. I got a lot of insults. I had people making videos making fun of me. There was a lot that I sort of had to deal with in this small time. And then today, when I had a conversation with a bunch of people who were like, hey, the reason we reached out to you for this massive campaign, you know, like a campaign where honestly, like, the reward is better pretty much in every single way than if I were to have gone viral a million times making more negative types of content. They told me the reason they reached out to me is because they appreciate what seems like a courageous move into doing new things and being a creative or an artist who's willing to get good at multiple things, even when people expect you to be really hyper-focused on one thing. So the whole thing that a lot of people insulted me for was actually the thing that is now getting me more opportunities and jobs and like a potential, you know, a better salary overall. Obviously, there's a lot of luck to this. I'm not just gonna say pursue your passions blindly, but a lot of the last few years of leaning into these new things, there's been a lot of anguish. There's been a lot of pain associated with it, especially just watching what feels like your comfortable world you built almost feel like it turns against you. There's a lot of people who really loved the transition and who were really supportive, but there was a lot who weren't, and man, it was tough going through that transition. So instead of trying to just give advice, I wanted to tell this scenario because I'm sure some of you will face this sort of same dilemma in the future, thinking, well, I'm growing in this way, or I know how to be popular this way, or there's sort of this easy way of doing this thing this way. I think overall now, the people who will reward you and the opportunities that you can get, they still appreciate quality and authenticity. And you know, you might get AdSense that pays this for making this type of content, but the better opportunities will come later on for doing the thing that only you can do and showing the only true perspective, creative perspective that you can, which is the authentic you. So take that, haters. I'm just kidding, but yeah, I'm stoked.
Nice.
Thanks for bringing your camera.
Yeah, man.
Last hoorah.
Last hoorah indeed.
Oh, there's Pepe.
That one? Woo! Sarah D up in the limousine. She rocking out. Oh! Oh!
Look who has the food. Hey, girl. Hell, yay. Cosa Vida. I know it's coming.
Neighbor's homeschooled, like our 12-year-old. Has she explained it to you? She seriously just does 7 to 10. Like pretty much every day. She's like, well, this is...
Yeah, but you do fart in that car. You might need it.
Take keys away. That was so stupid.